Thunderbird 2 was adapted from a top-secret Tracy aerospace project codenamed Behemoth. Although our modifications to the craft have made it superior to the prototype in every way. Thunderbird 2 is 250 feet long and has an impressive wingspan of 180 feet. The gigantic craft is stored behind an artificial rock face under the cliff house at the end of the Tracy Island runway.
Okay guys, we're back on the Thunderbird 2 build from Aoshima. And I think we have basically the majority of our painting done on the ship itself. And now it's going to come time for some unmasking to see how well we did or how well we might have screwed it up. Then we're going to take a look at some of the lighting test for the next component to be lit up. So let's start unwrapping all of this. I just finished painting the last bit of trim, the yellow stripe along the edge of the nose cone. I was going to use the decal, but then I thought, well, if I paint it, I think it's going to look a little bit better. And for my purposes, that's going to work a little better. Well, anyway, I'm hoping. It could suck. I don't know. So why don't we just start the unmasking? So let's just cue the music. So there you go, guys. That's the entire body of the ship, unmasked. And now it comes right apart. Let's take a quick glimpse and see what this is going to look like in there. We'll just toss them in real quick, just to get kind of an idea of where we're going with this. And what do you think, guys? I am really liking that. I do believe that that is exactly where we want to be with this. So I am very happy, and I'm seeing where I might want to add a little extra detail in there. And we might actually be able to add a little bit of light in there also. Maybe. Okay, now, as far as the nose goes, we're going to have to do a little bit of work on the yellow stripe. And wait for all that to cure and really just dry out completely before we go at it, because we're going to have to dirty it up a little bit. It's a little too bright for the rest of the ship. So we're not going to unwrap the rest of the nose just yet. Once we darken that in a little bit, add a little bit of weathering to it, I think we will be right where we want to be with that. Alright. Hey guys, we're doing a little mocking up here just to get an idea of what it's going to look like when we have all of our detailed parts inside the ship. And from here you can see the nuclear reactor, all the engines. Looks really cool. The metallic colors on the engine really are working exactly the way I had hoped. And you can see all of the paint work and detail work on the nuclear reactor. Really does look cool. Let me just see if we can give you a better look at that. There we go. Now this is what you're going to see of the ship and you can see how really cool that the engine work. I'm really happy with the way that came out. All the metallic colors just seem to work perfectly if we can get the engine to stay in the right. Whoops, and then we dropped it. Oh no, Thunderbird 2 going down, going down, going down. Engine failure. It fell out of the ship. Okay, so, you know, it's, don't do that when you're building this model. Okay. Let's just see if we can put everything back in so that it doesn't fall out. And then we'll take another look at it. See if we can give you guys a nice up-close look at it. There we go. Okay. There we go. We're all back together again. As good as it's going to be right now. I'm just trying to lock everything into its proper position. Hold on, guys. It's a little difficult when everything keeps jumbling around here. And my wires are also getting in the way. Okay. Alright, guys. This is going to be good enough right here. Because I got to start moving all sorts of stuff around. But you can see basically what we're going for here. That is looking really cool. Let's see if we can give you... Alright. So we're going to stop there. But you guys did get a little preview of what we can expect when the ship is all together. Right now I have to work out my wiring and where it's going to lay, as we have a really good spot here for the wiring. And if I'm going to make a display or a diorama out of it, I've got to find a way to route these wires out and down. Because my idea for the diorama is going to be to have the pod on the ground with... Let me give you a better view so you guys can see what I'm thinking about. Okay, guys, now here's my idea for the diorama. Which is still not set in stone. I haven't decided yet 100%. But I was thinking of getting a small base and just having the Thunderbird 2 lifting up off of the pod. Let's just set the pod up the way it would be on the base. I could have Thunderbird 2 lifting off after dropping the pod off on whatever rescue mission it's going on, with the door to the pod open. Let's just take the landing ramp here. The mole leaving the ramp. And that way I could put 4 plumes of smoke that are going to be simulated by using cotton with the ship up in the air. And if I maneuver the smoke just right, we can have the pod on the ground, and I could run wires and lights into the pod to light that up as well as the Thunderbird 2, which would give us a really cool look of Thunderbird 2 deploying the mole for a whatever rescue mission it's got to go on. Now, the only issue with that is that all of the work I did here would never be seen again, because the pod would be permanently attached to a base in order to run the power wires to it. So right now, that is what I am contemplating. And trying to figure out to see where I'm going to go with that. But first, let me just show you guys a quick lighting test of the front end of the ship, where I already have the lights attached. And right now I'm working out a few more details for adding a couple of more lights. But I'll show you what I got so far. Okay, guys, and here we go. We're giving you a quick glimpse of the first of our onboard lighting for the crew area. Here you can see, never mind the flickering, that's just a weak connection to the coin cell battery here. But you can see what I'm trying to... and we just lost one of our lights. Okay. Alright, let's just hold the button on the light there. I mean, the finger. This is how... my finger's the switch. Let's just put it that way. We're just testing it out right now, so we're not really, nothing's really permanently attached. What I want to give you guys is an idea of what I'm going for here. Where you can see as that rear room is lit, this forward compartment is lit, so you can see all the detail and the different paint work and different items in there, which is pretty cool. And here you can see the control panel and my intent to light up the cockpit, as well as the rear section here, which is going to have a light. But that one I haven't worked out yet, but we're working on that. So there'll be a total of 4 LEDs in the forward part of the ship. Alright, okay, now we're going to turn off all the lights and we'll give you an idea, an even better idea of what it's going to look like. Okay guys, now this is what it looks like. The only light we have here is from our monitor screen. So you're getting a really good idea of what it looks like in almost pitch black. And that is very cool. Now I do have a few light leaks from the paint on the rear wall, which I think actually looks kind of cool. It looks like onboard lighting for the cockpit. So I think I may just leave that way. I mean, I could touch it up and get rid of it, but I kind of like it. I don't know. What do you guys think? But I'm really happy with the control panel. I'm really happy with the lower front compartment there. I think it really benefits from all the extra colors that I added. And I'm really happy with this lower compartment. I know you can't see it too well because of the tape, but trust me, I like the way it looks. And one of the cool features or unintended side effects of the lights being mounted where they are is that one room the light looks actually a slightly different color than the other room, so it helps to differentiate the different compartments. You know, I would like to say that I planned it that way, but it's really just a happy accident. But you know what? I'm going to tell you I planned it that way anyway. Yeah, because I'm a genius. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. Nobody else will, but you know. So I'm really happy with that. So let's turn the lights back on. That actually looks pretty cool how one compartment is flickering. Yeah, if we were doing some battle damage on this thing, it'd be really cool. I kind of like that. Alright, so let's take everything. Let me turn the lights back on and bring you back to the real world, and then we'll continue with this video. Alright guys, so now let me show you about how we're routing the LEDs through the ship. Now, as you saw in the previous video, we have an LED in the nuclear reactor. And the wires, since I'm only using one side of the engines, as this is the side that's transparent while the other side is painted, what we're doing is routing the wires through the channel on this side of the ship. It's almost as if it was meant to be lit. Aoshima, is there something you're not telling us? Oh well, let's just keep going. So we're going to put that to the side. So we have our light here, our wiring coming here, and the wiring exits these openings in the bottom of the ship, which are meant to hold the legs, which hold the ship up in the air. Let's see if we can give you guys a good look at that. Focus. But these are also where the jet exhausts are for the vertical takeoff feature of the ship. At least that's what I've seen on the show. Even though it does have these openings here, which I'm not really sure which is which. I got to do a little research on that. But we can run the wires through here, or if need be, drill these out and run the wires through here, which are also evident on the bottom of the nose cone. So I'm not really sure which is which as far as the vertical takeoff parts of this ship. So we're going to have to do a little research on that. But that wire is going to run through that channel where the engine's on this side. And the wiring here underneath the living quarters is where this LED is going to sit. Now that's going to be glued in this temporarily. We'll just have it in there just to just so I can show you guys what's going on. But that's going to sit there with the LED housed inside of this raised area, and that's what's giving us our light in this compartment here. Now if we remove the lower deck, all right, let me just get that, and then I'll be right back as soon as I take all this apart. Okay, now that we have the lower deck removed, you can see where one light sits above and will shine right through the transparent floor here. And that's what slightly diffuses and changes the color of the light, which gives us our slightly different color in the rear compartment than it does in the front. Now this bulb here is what's going to light up our front compartment and our instrument cluster. So this one's serving two purposes for lighting up both compartments. Now let's see about putting this all back into some semblance of order. So that's going to hold the two bulbs to light up the lower deck and the instrument cluster. Now there's going to be one more bulb that's going to light this section up. But that, I still haven't figured out how I'm going to mount that inside of the nose cone in order to get it to sit and just light the area up without seeing the bulb. So that's going to be interesting. So we still got quite a bit of work to do. And then we're going to start working on our vehicles, which the mole is going to be the first one that we paint. And then planning maybe to light up the pod. There's just so much to do here. I'm having a blast with this build. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I mean, it's really, really fun trying to figure all this stuff out. So, I think I'm going to leave it there for this video. It's a really short one. I just wanted to bring you guys up to date on where I'm at with the project. And just that I'm having so much fun and haven't been this excited about a build in a very long time. And this is just really cool. And I'm really enjoying it. And I hope you guys are too. So I'm going to let it go now right here. And remember, like, subscribe, hit that like button because it really helps to spread the word of the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, which I know a lot of guys who watch it haven't, just go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Costs you nothing. And hit that notification bell too. That way it'll also help the algorithm spread the word of the channel. Because I'm having a lot of fun here with this. And I really just want to share it with you guys. This is a really cool kit. You guys really, if you haven't built it, I say do it. Okay, I'm going to let it go here now because now I'm getting all giddy with how good this is coming out and I'm just really loving it. So I'm going to go and I will see you guys on the next one.